It takes a lot to succeed in life, but even more to share your success with others. Shafie Shamsuddin, the CEO of French hypermarket chain Carrefour in Indonesia, fits this description perfectly. After rising from a management trainee to this top post, he has used his success as an effective platform for helping others. And this is perhaps the true measure of success, which Shafie has attained over the years. Despite his rapid rise to the top, the journey has nonetheless been a long and arduous one for Shafie. Shafie grew up in a small flat in Queenstown with his parents and 4 siblings. His family was poor, and since his secondary school days, young Shafie learned to earn his own money to pay for all his expenses. Since the age of 14, up to his university days, Shafie took on jobs as stall assistant, delivery boy, even as a cleaner and dishwasher to pay his way through school. Upon graduating from the Nanyang Technological University in 1996, he began working as a trainee for Carrefour and later went on to become the chain's first non-Frenchman to hold the top position. After other high-profile positions like the managing director of Carrefour Singapore, the manager of all the Carrefour Malaysia stores, at age 35, he made history by being the youngest chief executive officer of Carrefour when he headed the company's operations in Singapore and Malaysia. Just 4 years later, Shafie was appointed CEO for Carrefour Indonesia, one of 3 major markets for the French hypermart. He now leads some 30,000 associates with 81 stores spread over 25 cities and is accountable for more than Singapore $2 billion in sales at Carrefour, the #1 hypermarket in Indonesia. Rising to the top post in a company with a strong French tradition and culture is not an easy feat. When meeting the then CEO of Carrefour Singapore in 2003, a Frenchman, Shafie was told that the company normally only promotes French staff to CEO positions.
When those French people said to me, Shafie, you will not be able to be a CEO because you don't speak French, you don't drink wine, I put it back the reverse. It's because I don't speak French, I'm different. Work on the soft skills and not only the hard skills. Not only on the hardware, but also the software. Making the differentiation is the software, not the hardware.
Before he arrived at Carrefour Indonesia, the company was besieged with many problems. In fact, Shafie was dispatched to Jakarta to solve these problems, and this is exactly what he managed to do.
Dan setelah dia datang, dia mampu menganalisa semua permasalahan yang ada dan dia tahu caranya bagaimana mengatasi permasalahan yang ada. Nah, saya melihat kemampuan beliau membaca permasalahan yang ada dan mencoba mencari solusi terbaik untuk perusahaan, itu adalah pencapaian yang luar biasa.
To Mr. Tanjong, there can be no better person for the top position of CEO, and he explains why Shafie has managed so well at his position so far.
Seorang CEO itu harus mempunyai beberapa karakter yang kuat. Yang pertama adalah leadership. Ya, menurut saya Pak Shafie punya kekuatan leadership yang baik. Ya. Yang kedua, komunikasi beliau kepada orang yang dipimpinnya sebagai seorang leaders itu juga saya melihat cukup baik. Saya belum melihat adanya hambatan komunikasi beliau dengan orang-orang yang dipimpin. Dan ketiga, saya melihat juga komunikasi beliau kepada pemerintah, ya, kepada masyarakat di Indonesia khususnya, itu menurut saya baik. Ya.
Shafie is really somebody who has strong management and leadership skills. That's really what strikes me at first. Very strong leadership and management skills. I would say number two, very strong strategic skills, very good vision to anticipate the future and to see ahead.
While Shafie is one of the top executives in the company, he still makes it his priority to spend time with the ground staff, whom he says he learns a lot from.
That's why when I was working on the ground with the people at the lowest level, I enjoyed it. Because I learned from them as much as they learned from me. When people came to me and asked me, why are you pulling the pallets and throwing rubbish, doing cleaning on the floor? It taught me how people live while doing that kind of work. That's why I feel very close with the people. Because I know how they feel.
Connecting with his employees helps him to stay in touch with them. He enjoys his interaction tremendously, which endears him greatly to his staff. The feeling is mutual. Shafie's employees appreciate his unique way of working with them, and to them, he's a special kind of leader, a role model for them to look up to.
But Shafie is the one who really opened our mind, listened to us, listened to our people, see very quickly where the company has to go.
He's motivating you to follow him. He has he's giving you the right vision.
He's very humble, so a humble person. So people like or love to interact with him.
He treats everybody is the same, regardless what the position. Everybody is the same to him.
And despite his rapid rise to the top, 39-year-old Shafie still remains a simple man, deeply rooted to his values of humility and selflessness.
He put people ahead of him. Okay, he rather have that sacrifices, or I would like say that he put parents, siblings and friends, put ahead of everyone, of himself. So he will always say that, okay, you have first, then I will be second.
Filial piety is an extremely important part of Shafie's life, and he always puts the welfare of his family before his own.
Utamakan orang tua selalunya. Biasa dia baru usia saudara-saudara yang susah pun dia utamakan.
Saya rasa pasal dia, nombor satu, dia taat pada itu orang tuanya, dia banyak berjasa sama orang tuanya lah kan.
And despite his wealth, life still remains the same for Shafie and his wife, who have a personal policy of giving more than receiving. Although Shafie earns enough for a luxurious lifestyle, he and his wife still live humbly, choosing instead to share what they have with others.
The principle that we have together, husband and wife, is like 100. Example, you have $100, $50 must be for people.
People who are close to Shafie say that he's stingy when it comes to spending for himself, but is ever willing to spend on others. Shafie explains why he would rather spend the money on other people. Why, for instance, he would rather buy a car for his parents rather than for himself. And why, on their wedding anniversary, he and his wife bought a house costing around $60,000 for his driver.
The bigger the house is not for us, it's for the people to share. Let them use the facilities. Ownership is not important. What is important is being able to share what we have today.
He's very sincere in anything. So be it family, at work, social life, and everything is very sincere in helping people.
He's a man who likes to share. He likes to take and he share. And not sharing those with those he's closest with. Even the stranger, person who not close to him.
He's very kind and very intelligent and always concerned for others. And if he find anyone in difficulty, he will not wait for the person to ask for help.
And his generosity extends to international organizations. Shafie has been actively involved with supporting organizations such as Mercy Relief. After Mercy Relieved appealed for help on behalf of those affected by the earthquake in West Java last year, Shafie extended a helping hand immediately.
We instructed staff and CAFO to provide us necessary supplies at very good rates, very good prices. And later, 2 months later, I think after that, he managed to convince the CAFO board of directors back in Paris to contribute 200,000 euros to Mercy Relief, to get relief provisions and supplies, medicine, food, for the earthquake victims.
Perhaps success is not as simply defined as we think it is after all. For Shafie, personal success is not a meaningful enough achievement unless it is shared with others in every way possible.
Success is something that it comes from deep inside our heart. We need to define clearly. Success is a journey. It is never a destination, in my opinion. Success, in my opinion, is about how much value that we could bring for the people around us.